The following podcast is rated D for dumb. You're listening to Dumbing It Down with Dave, the fastest podcast on earth. Listen to Dave commute to and from work on the New York State Thruway in his 2008 Kia Rio LX. He talks about pragmatism, truth, happiness, and the search for it all. Join Dave as he asks and tells you how life ought to be. And now, here's Dave.
Hello, everybody. This is Dave Canyon. Welcome to Dumbing It Down with Dave. Welcome to the Dumbcast. All right. Excellent. Excellent, everybody. Thank you so much. Great to have you. Glad you're listening. Glad you tuned in. Glad you found me. I don't know how you did it, whether you stumbled on it, whether you were referred to this or I was referred to you, however that's said. But thank you so much. Thank you for continuing in 2017, helping grow this Dumbcast, Dumbing It Down with Dave, and hopefully not only making it, helping it, it's already the fastest podcast on earth. Wouldn't it be great if it was the fastest growing podcast on earth? So thank you very much. It's great to have you here as I begin my commute. Today is Wednesday, November 11th. I'm several days late in getting this recorded. I usually do it on Sunday on my way home, but you know what? I just wasn't up to it Sunday. I was feeling apprehensive, so I didn't have to do it. You know how they say the show must go on? Not necessarily true with Dumbcasts. Maybe with podcasts, but with Dumbcasts, you can say, you know what? Not today. And I did anticipate doing it on Monday, and I didn't do it on Monday, and then Tuesday came, and I actually took an extra day off from work, which is very rare for me. And so anyway, I had several shows that I was going to do, and I didn't do them. I just didn't do them because I had things to do. I wasn't of clear mind, and whatever. It's neither here or there anymore. I'm doing it now, Wednesday, November 11th. Not November 11th. Did I say that already twice? January 11th, 2017. 2 days ago, it was Richard Milhouse Nixon's birthday, January 9. We're going to start off the show with that after we do the mileage report. Then we're going to get into a little Trump news, and we'll see what's left over at the end. But welcome back, dum-dums. It's good to have you. As if you're in the car with me. Yes, you are in the car with me. I feel like when I do this, you are in the car with me. So come along for the ride and enjoy my commute. Enjoy your commute, listening to my commute. There you go. Today's mileage report brought to you by the people from comedypipe.com who present Pipe Dream Live. Pipe Dream Live every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, wherever you are in the world. If it's Wednesday at 8 o'clock on the eastern seaboard, the east coast of the United States of America, more specifically Schenectady, New York. If it is Wednesday at 8 o'clock, it is time for Pipe Dream. Pipe Dream Live. You can listen to it, the stream, on comedypipe.com, or you can actually watch it. You can watch it live on YouTube, and that is Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. That'll be... actually, tonight is Wednesday, so I usually have this Dumbcast out there by I actually know the guest, but actually I don't know off the top of my head, but I do know they have a special guest today. He's a virgin to the podcast. I don't know his name, but it doesn't matter. Tune in. It's always somebody different. Whoever they have is somebody you don't know. There you go. Pipe Dream, every Wednesday, 8 o'clock, live. Check it out on YouTube, or listen to it on the stream, comedypipe.com. All right, there you go. That's Mike 3D hosts it with his co-hosts Jefferson and Joe Green. All right, so, and the mileage report is 224,817. 224,817 miles. I'm a couple of miles over my rotation lifetime tire guarantee, or 60,000 mile tire guarantee. I missed it. I missed my appointment. I didn't make an appointment, but I missed the appointment I should have made, which is within 6,000 miles. So, whatever. I probably got about 20,000 more miles on this tire anyway. I bought it at 181,000, so I'm already at 224,000. 43,000 miles on these tires, and I've been rotating them fairly regularly. So, I'll make an appointment. The guarantee is gone, so that means if I get a flat tire or whatever wear and tear, if I replace the tire, they won't prorate my price. I'll have to buy one brand new whole tire. So, I'm going to hold out, and then I'm going to hold out for like another year. So before next winter, I'll get another set of tires. Do you really care? No, I'm just sharing that with you. What do you care? But this is what I do. I open up with a little human contact with Dave Canyon. This is what my life is like. One of the things I have to deal with when you do a 500 to 600 mile a week commute to work. So there we go, 224,000. Not bad. Great for the Kia. And by the way, I actually contacted Kia. So when you see my tweets, I might do a little bit more of @Kia, kind of get them involved. Let them know that I'm doing this. I might not be the only one doing it. I know I'm not the only one doing a dumbcast from his car. I found that out. There's 2 other guys at least other than me. I'm sure there's hundreds of guys other than me doing car casts from their car. So that's fine. I have to distinguish myself somehow, and I'm sure I will. Just by being me is distinguishing enough, isn't it? So there you go. So you'll be seeing at Kia in my tweets, and I don't know what you'll be seeing on Facebook or anything like that. But there you go. So Richard Nixon was the president many, many years ago. I think somewhere between 1969 and 1973 or something like that. So I'm not a historian. One of the reasons why I did not do the Dumbcast back on Sunday is because when I thought about all this, I wanted to have some research done. I wanted to be a little bit more prepared. That's part of my resolution. It's not a New Year's resolution. It's my Dumbcast resolution to myself that in 2017 I try to be a little bit more prepared. A little bit less of the I don't know, and I'm not really sure, who cares, whatever, all that stuff. Try to be a little bit more. Try to up my game 0.001 more than it was before. That's not really much to ask for. 0.001, that's my life's philosophy. 0.001. A little bit better today than yesterday. Every day, every step of your life. If you take 1,000,000 steps at 0.001 at a time, eventually you'll get there. And it'll be slow and steady, but it'll be sure. These rocket rises, these shooting stars, whatever you call them, these flaming whatever. I forget the phrase, but you know what I'm talking about. They're not as steady. So I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for I want to do this for a long time. I don't want to get famous and all of a sudden 20 episodes I have shot my load. I want to keep on doing this. It's a lot of fun for me. Fun? Does it sound like fun? All right, whatever. It's something that I do. I don't know if anything I've ever done in my life has really been fun. That's a good question for myself. You want to ask that to yourself? What have you done that's really fun? It's fun. And I guess there's different ways of saying it. Oh, that was so much fun. That was fun. Yeah, good fun. We had fun. Yeah. There's different degrees of fun. Oh my God, it was so much fun. See, that's a lot of fun. Or was it the same amount of fun as, yeah, that was fun, but I'm saying it just differently? I mean, of course I'm saying it differently. You know what I'm saying? I mean, everybody has different degrees of what they consider fun. All right, so there we go. I don't know if you know what? I think the last time I really had fun, I think the last time I really had fun was I was 6 years old and I was riding my big wheel. Back in when I lived in an apartment building in Brownsville, New York. Yeah. I'm going to go with that. I'm going to allow for this dead space, this dead air on the show, to emphasize that moment in my life. If I really had to think about the last time I really had fun, I had great fun. That's when I used to ride my big wheel. Yeah. There you go. I'm trying to give myself, it's hard to do that on radio. It's hard to do it on podcasts, to have that dead air, but you got to think about that. I had fun last week. I went to a concert with some friends of mine. Well, actually, one friend of mine, then I made two new friends. Two new friends who I won't ever speak to ever again, probably, but nice people. But Steve, my buddy from Long Island, from my childhood, from my high school childhood, got me tickets to a concert, and we went. It was a good time. Nobody you know. A man named Udo. The letter U, the letter D, the letter O. Last name Dirk Schneider. Used to be in a heavy metal band called Accept. A-C-C-E-P-T, A-C-C-E-P-P-T, A-C-C-E-P-T-T. I have no idea how you spell accept. I'll accept any way you want to spell it. So, I have the logo in my head. I think it doesn't matter how you spell it. I have the logo in my head. That's all that matters. Great band from back in the day. Fast as a Shark. Big hit song. Blew my mind. Very fast. Pre-Metallica. I'm pretty sure it was pre-Metallica. Anyway, so it's one of those bands that's loud and you lose your hearing over and you go back for more. And it was a great show. His name is Udo Dirk Schneider. I like yelling out his name at a concert. Udo! Udo! I don't think there's any other Udos in the world. I think he's the only Udo. I mean, I don't even know what the origin of that name is. I guess it's Russian. He's Dirk Schneider. So there we go. We had a good time. Took the car, Got a spot in Manhattan in a parking garage, paid some money for it. That's okay, gas and tolls, it's all included, that whole deal. And a 2-hour show with an opening band. Had some drinks before the show with my buddy Steve at a place called Gossip. It was a bar called Gossip on the Upper West Side. It was fantastic. Delicious beer we had, delicious food, good heavy metal, good company. Nice ride home, which I wanted to do a dumbcast on the way home. I ended up in a conversation with a buddy of mine, and I try to put my friends before my dumbcasts. So I had a conversation with a friend as opposed to truck driving with my buddy Mark. I had a conversation with my buddy Mark instead of doing a dumbcast. Richard Milhouse Nixon. Happy birthday, Richard. Happy birthday, Tricky Dick. Happy belated birthday. So, Dave, why? Why do you want to talk about Richard Nixon? Today was Trump's press conference. Today. A lot of stuff going on today. Yeah, well, guess what? Everybody's talking about today. You want to hear about today? You want to discuss today? Maybe we'll do that at the end of the show if I have time. We probably won't. But there's millions of podcasts, millions of fake news outlets, many of ways to discuss today and to discuss Trump and his press conference. He hasn't taken office yet, so whatever he said today, I don't care about. Whatever he has been saying, I don't care about. Build a wall, don't build a wall, minimum wage, Russia, Putin, Hillary, Obamacare, it doesn't matter. As a pragmatic, I must say it doesn't matter. By the way, if you go to my Facebook page, not so much Dumbing It Down with Dave, which I should have done, Dave Canyon, you'll see the definition of pragmatism. Is it a definition you'll understand? I don't know. But look into it. I'm trying to get more into pragmatism. I'm trying to figure out if I really am a pragmatic. I really want to spend more time in 2017 exploring pragmatism, exploring the depths of pragmatism, maybe reading a book or two on it and trying to figure out how to put it into, not implicate it, put it into my life. Whatever the word is. Try to get it in my life more. Try to see if I'm comfortable with it. How far can I take pragmatism? And really, what role will it take in my life now and forever? So there's a Merriam-Webster dictionary definition on my Dave Canyon Facebook page. So Richard Milhouse Nixon was impeached and he was thrown out of office. I'm not going to go into the whole, All the President's Men book and the movie. Never read the book, saw the movie many times. It's hard to follow. A lot of corruption, this and that. He said, she said, slush fund, whatever. It's a whole lot of the break-in in the Watergate Hotel. Republican National Committee trying to get secrets, I guess, from the Democratic National Committee, the DNC, like spy versus spy. Republican, the RNC versus the DNC. I don't know what information they were trying to get that would help them. I to this very day, I'm not really clear about what, if they did not get caught, what they would have gotten, what they would have stolen and what they would have done with it. I don't know why you need to steal from the opposing party to win an election. I don't understand it. I'm very naive and idealistic in this way. I don't know why they did it. I don't remember what Nixon knew or didn't know. But let me tell you why I'm mentioning his birthday, which is January 9th. I have two reasons for it. One is they're both very good. They're good to me. What do I care what you think? They're good to me. They're good enough for me to remember, and I'll always remember, Richard Milhouse Nixon's birthday is January 9th. First of all, a little silly reason. Two reasons. Silly reason, every year, and I'm a nut for this. I'm a nut for calendars. I'm a nut for time. I just like knowing certain things about calendars, about time. I also like flags. I like countries' flags, emblems, logos, just labels, things like that. I don't know why. I don't know how that happened with me. Cereal boxes I used to stare at. I used to see things on a box that other kids wouldn't see. Not always just, the puzzle or the game, but everything else about that box, where it came from, the date, freshness code, all these wacky things, who manufactured it, who distributed it, the ingredients label, what does this MG mean, milligrams, and just weird things that caught my eye. My father would bring home from East New York Savings Bank. It was a bank at the time in New York City, maybe just Brooklyn, I don't remember. East New York Savings Bank. And my father would bring home the calendar every year, and I loved the calendar. I love time. I love day to day. I love the 24-hour cycle. I did. I can't explain it to you. I loved watching the TV go off at 1 o'clock in the morning. I loved the national anthem coming on at 6 o'clock in the morning, right before Biography would play with Millionaire, the original black and white Millionaire TV show. It was Biography, then Millionaire, and then it would go to the 6 o'clock news or something like that. But, I like the TV going off. I like the TV going on. I like being there at the moment of time that these things happen. It's a very strange thing. I like knowing when the weather's going to come over. I like checking to see, did the storm actually come over at 5:30? When did this actually hit? Where did it hit? Location. Last week I spoke about, I was supposed to update you on the Greenwich Meridian. I said Prime Meridian. I think that's also okay, but it's Greenwich Meridian. And there actually is a place where there is a line. Somewhere in England, there's a place, there's a building, and it's built right on the middle of the Greenwich Meridian. It's right there. But there is no place, by the way, I found out there is no place where you stand on one line and you celebrate New Year's, and you stand east of the line and you have to wait 24 hours till it comes back to you. That doesn't exist. The International Date Line takes care of that, and that basically happens right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean somewhere. Is it west of Hawaii? Yes, I think west of Hawaii there's an International Date Line. I should have known that from my Navy days. I did not know that. Okay, so there's that. There's an update on that from episode 50. So my father would bring home the calendar, and what's the first page of the calendar? If there's not a cover, what's the first page of the calendar? January. Every January, my father would bring home the calendar, or December, whatever it was. He brought him the calendar for the new year. And I was like, oh, because the old calendar was all marked up. The calendar was either torn apart, because the month is over, you rip it up, you shred it up, you throw it in the garbage, or it sits there, but it's all folded. You take the calendar down, you put the calendar up. You do stuff with the calendar. Do you remember that? Before we had smartphones, we had calendars. It's all one of the things we used to have. Rotary phones, calendars, alarm clocks, walkie-talkies, 110 cameras, Super 8 film. Good times. So, my father would bring it home. I'd try to get his attention. He didn't care about me. He had things to do. But there was the calendar. So I guess I transferred my affection from my father to Richard-Nixon. That's not true. I didn't transfer my feelings from my father to the calendar, but I did put my energy that I would have put into my father had he picked me up, had he played with me, had he paid attention to me. The calendar would have been just a little thing. I probably would never, ever have paid attention to it. Maybe I still would have, but who knows? But think about that for a second with your family, with your daddy, with your mommy, with your boy, your girl, your daughter, your son, your nephew, your niece, whoever it is, your dog. Well, not so much your dog or your cat, because who cares? But with a human. Had my father every day had picked me up, played with me, talked to me, made me his priority, and every year when he brought that calendar home and he threw it on the table, I probably wouldn't have noticed. I probably would have said, yeah, I don't know. I guess he got the calendar. I don't know. Maybe. All I know is my father paid attention to me. Came to me. But he didn't. Came back from the bank. He made a deposit. He had a little business. He made a deposit. Came home. Calendar. Once a year. I picked it up. I wanted to learn. And January 9th. Obviously New Year's Day, January 1. But there was a picture. They used to have these color pictures that they would put. I wish I collected them. I wish I took care of them like my comic books. It'd be kind of cool, wouldn't it, to go back and to see what holidays took priority? January 9th. It was never a national holiday, but it was always Richard Milhouse Nixon's birthday. I paid attention. And I don't know about the other. I don't know when Lincoln's birthday is, or George Washington's birthday is, or whatever. I don't know when when President's Day is. I don't know. I know the 4th of July. That's not too hard. I know Cinco de Mayo. That's not too hard. New Year's Eve. That's not too hard. Christmas? A little shaky for me. Not so much embedded in my brain. December 24? 25? I don't know. Makes no difference to me. Still Jewy. Thanksgiving? I don't know. 27th? 4th Thursday of the month? I don't know. I don't think it's the same number, right? I think it's the 4th Thursday. My birthday? Yeah, so what? My sister's birthday? Yeah. I know that one. My parents' birthdays? No. I do not know my parents' birthday. My mother's kind of a little bit after me in August, I think. I don't know, maybe the end of August, and my father's like May. I know my wife's birthday, I know my son's birthday. So, anyway, I like looking at the calendar. I like looking at the different days. What do I got? Probably was looking forward to the days off. Days off from school. What days will be off? So there was that. I like the calendar. And there was Nixon's picture every year. And also he got impeached. And if I remember correctly, I was a young boy. If it was 73, it doesn't matter. I was a young boy. I remember being on the beach, playing, Manhattan Beach. Usually we went to Brighton Beach. But I think one of the days that he was officially impeached, or maybe it was the day he left office, I'm not really sure. I thought it was the day he got impeached, but it doesn't matter. I remember being on the beach and listening to the radio and hearing about my president. Now, remember, when you were little, the president was like, especially back then, president was king. President was everything the country was supposed to be. You know, or the country was everything the president was supposed to be, or whatever it was, vice versa. You had pictures on your classroom wall, for some reason, specifically of Washington, George Washington, first president, and then Lincoln. What was he, the 16th president? I don't remember. Doesn't matter. You don't have to comment on it. It's not important. It's not relevant to the podcast. But it was always that. I think it was Washington, it was Lincoln, maybe Kennedy, right? Because he was whatever. I don't know who makes these decisions. You know, why don't we hang up all presidents on the wall? Or why don't we rotate the pictures like, all right, September, you know, like how many presidents are there, and divide that by the weeks you're on school? How come we don't really emphasize the second president or the third president or the president 10 presidents ago? Why is it always Washington and Lincoln and sometimes Kennedy? That's like Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It's Washington, Lincoln, and sometimes Kennedy. Remember Crosby, Stills, and Nash, and sometimes Young. Sometimes it was CSN, sometimes it was CSNY. There's no pictures of Lyndon Baines Johnson on the wall. Pictures of Nixon. What is it? Is it supposed to be? Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's Washington, Lincoln, and then the current president. I'm not saying Washington doesn't deserve it. I'm not saying Lincoln doesn't deserve it. The show is not going to be about that. But it's interesting. While I'm in school, we're not concerned about the other presidents. I don't know. Just seems like it would be nice to switch them up every week. Hey, folks, week 2 of school. Second president on the wall. Week 3 of school. Third president. I bet you, there's enough weeks of school that you can probably get each president up there one at a time. And do a little ditty on him. Do a little something on him. A little paragraph. Dedicate 5 minutes. I don't know. What do you think? I think that's a good idea. Why not? So Nixon, it affected me because that was the first person to disappoint. Up until Nixon, nobody was a fallen hero for me. Was he my hero? He was my president. He was my president. I'm a 10-year-old boy. I'm little David. I'm naive. I'm idealistic. I can be a little difficult. But I trust. I completely 100% trust. My trust thermometer is overflowing. I trust you. I trust everybody. I like everybody. And then he disappointed. And that was the first time that I saw news, really, like Eyewitness News in New York, Channel 4, Channel 5, all the news, CBS, ABC, NBC, whatever. Daily news. I liked reading the newspaper when I was a little boy. I didn't read all the articles, obviously. I could have, maybe with a little encouragement, maybe a little discussion between my father, me and my mother, me and my grandparents, some sort of discussion. Hey, what did you read in the paper today? Oh, I read about Abe Beam. I read about Mayor Lindsay, my first New York mayor, Mayor Lindsay, distinguished-looking man. I'm not sure if he was a good mayor or not. I just remember him being distinguished-looking. And I remember when he was running, I said, oh, he's going to win, because he looks like a guy that would win. And I don't know who he beat, Mayor Lindsay. I just know, that guy looks like Clark Kent. Everybody that looked like Clark Kent to me looked like he was going to win. We had a news guy in CBS News, Jim Jensen. I always thought he was Clark Kent. I used to watch Superman, the black and white TV show, every day on PIX 11, WPIX 11 in New York after school. And Jim Jensen, to me, looked like he could have been Clark Kent. He was your prototypical news anchor, I guess. Prototypical? I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe that's not the right word. Maybe it is, but maybe he wasn't really prototypical. But I trusted Jim Jensen. It was a little disappointing at the end to find out he was a raging alcoholic. I was disappointed in the president. My first time going, oh my God, and I felt bad. I felt bad for him. I felt bad for me. I felt bad for the country. I had the depth to feel bad at that young age. I remember feeling bad. I remember kind of feeling like, I know this sounds strange, but I kind of feel like it was my fault. I kind of felt like, oh, this is bad. I felt bad. Did I feel like it was my fault? I don't know. I said that, but I don't know if that's really true. I felt bad. I felt sad. I didn't cry. I just felt sad, like, oh, this is horrible. He must be. Because you know what? As a little boy, I remember being in trouble. I was always in trouble. I wasn't good little David. I was bad little David. Always in trouble. Always difficult. So I guess I kind of related to him in a way. But he was the first of many. I could do a podcast every day for the longest time of the people who fell from grace. Nixon was number one. I don't know anybody else before Nixon. Kennedy got shot. Eisenhower died, I think, while I was a little boy. I don't remember what I remember seeing something on TV. It could have been the Kennedy funeral. It could have been Eisenhower, I think. But the Nixon thing was very sad. And I think that really affected this country. I think you can look back to that day, that period of time where Nixon got caught, the Watergate scandal, and then day after day after day, the overwhelming amount of news that came out about all the players, which I can't even begin to tell you. Alderman, Dean. I don't know who these people are. I just know those names. Alderman, Dean, Nixon. Who's that other guy that had a show for a while? Doesn't matter. FBI, CIA, whoever. And then, of course, Woodward and Bernstein later on, the movie, the book. And then Nixon sort of came back a little bit, to get some respect. Oh, then it was Kissinger. He wasn't involved, I think, in the Watergate scandal, but I wish it never happened. I wish Kennedy never got shot. I wasn't around for that. Seems like it really took a toll on this country. I wish Nixon didn't get impeached. I wish there was no plan to break into the Democratic National Committee's offices at the Watergate Hotel. I wish the news didn't go crazy all the time. I wish we didn't have to do all this. I wish they wouldn't attack Trump like they do. I wish they wouldn't support Hillary like they do. And I just wish everybody would be fair. I really wish we could trust people. I have problems with trust. I have trust issues to this very day, even those closest to me. I'm always waiting for the other shoe to drop. This might be a reason why I don't have any friends, or I have very few friends. It might be a reason why people don't respond to my Facebook posts. Maybe it's not the algorithm on Facebook. Maybe it's me. Maybe I give off some sort of scent. Yeah, Dave doesn't want you to get close to him. Just wave. Just say hello. Don't click like. Don't respond. Because eventually he'll bite you. Which isn't true. I won't bite. So, thank you, Mr. Nixon. Thank you, President Nixon, Richard Milhouse Nixon, for affecting me. I mean, what can I say? I'm not angry at him. I'm disappointed. It was a long time ago. It was 40 years ago. But it stuck with me. And I think it's affected me. Maybe one day I'll sit down with a list of all the people since Nixon that have fallen from grace. I know Mickey Mantle's on that list. I'm not a big baseball fan. But when I heard he was a big alcoholic, that was disappointing. And there's been others. Many, many, many others. Many others who I could care less about. But it just seemed to get easier and easier to get caught and to fall. Thank you for listening to Dumbing It Down with Dave. Dumbing It Down with Dave at yahoo.com, at Dumb with Dave at Twitter. Good night. Goodbye. Good night. Good day. Good luck. Godspeed. Good riddance. and great skills. Take care. Please tune in to episode 52. Great news coming, big news coming. Thank you.